We often think of life and death as opposites, life being everything, death being nothing or no thing. But this understanding overlooks the matrix of existence where life and death are interwoven. In this light, we might discover today some of the meaningful ways in which we are dying to still come alive. Ernest Becker, in his seminal work, The Denial of Death, he contends that human civilization itself is a construct, and it's largely an elaborate defense mechanism against the knowledge of our physical mortality. A key insight for me from Schrodinger is his definition of life as negative entropy. Life itself seems to defy material processes. That is, living organisms avoid decay, at least while they're alive. And when we do decay with an infection or a disease, we can even reverse this entropy. And so living beings maintain order by extracting negative entropy, or another way to put it is we subsist rather than completely disintegrate from the beginning. We subsist by accelerating the entropy or the destruction in the environment. The contentious question of when human life begins. The lack of a consensus here is interesting to me and is one of the reasons the issue remains deeply divisive. A fetus at every stage of development in the womb is completely dependent on the mother, biologically intertwined as part of a single host system. So this interdependence complicates the notion that there's a clear, distinct moment at which new life begins. Even as a fetus gains more independence, like such as what they say viability outside of the womb, it remains part of a broader system now of care and dependence. And then moreover, even once born, a baby is still not truly independent. It requires total care from others for its survival, blurring the lines of what it means to be an autonomous life. Now, bouncing back to the other side of the spectrum, we have another controversial theme, which is euthanasia, and those debates often revolve around the question of when a life is no longer worth living, or when suffering while living is tantamount to death. Another kind of gray area would be comatose states. And individuals in long-term comas may have limited brain activity, but are kept technically alive through artificial means, which then leads to the prospect of fully artificial life, or the hybridization in transhumanism, when we're integrated fully with technology and a world of bots, where there's no meaningful difference one day in the future between an interaction with a human or an NPC. Viruses challenge the classic definitions of what it means to be alive because they exhibit characteristics of both life and non-life. Similarly, research in astrobiology, the study of life beyond this planet, and synthetic biology, creating life in the lab, showing that life can emerge gradually or exist in minimal or dormant or latent forms. I think this has a metaphysical parallel for us as spiritual seekers when we ask ourselves the question, how alive are we today? Has our sense of self not died numerous deaths before? Or how we saw ourselves as a parent, as a partner, as a friend, or in the loss of a career, or the changes in the body? The intermediary with all of this that confounds the indestructible nature of consciousness, as Schrodinger pointed out, are thoughts and identification with thoughts. We feel like the author of our thoughts. But the contemplative task of the seeker is to inquire, to whom do the thoughts appear?